Number 1. The story of Needy Girl Overdose, otherwise known as Needy Streamer Overload, in a nutshell is that you take on the role of P-chan and have to help Ame on her path to success as the legendary streamer OMG Kawaii Angel-chan, or Kangel for short, over the course of 30 in-game days. The story has quite a few different ways it can play out, depending on how you manage Ame's personal health, what streams she performs, and what actions you take during each day. So far, most endings I've seen are fairly negative, and I've played through quite a few times currently. Despite having gone through as many times as I have, I know I still have quite a few more endings to see. Number 2. Sound and sound design. I personally really enjoy the music and sound effects in Needy Streamer Overload. The soundtrack is a great chiptune style that sticks to a pleasantly retro sound. The soundtrack changes to match the time of day, or the phases that you go through in gameplay, and sometimes Ame or Kangel's mood, especially when things get a bit darker. I personally find the soundtrack to still be pleasant and relaxing even when things are getting fairly dark, and yeah. Number 3. Graphics and visual design. One of my absolute favorite things about Needy Streamer Overload is the user interface. When you start up the game, you're also greeted with a Windows, spelled W-I-N-D-O-S-E, booting screen, with all menus emulating an older Windows OS. Gameplay also takes place in this virtual desktop, and I personally really love the way that it's blended in via the pop-up windows in the virtual environment. Number 4. Controls. There's really not a lot to say about the controls. It's pretty much just like navigating around your desktop. The execution is done perfectly, and there's been no issues in my time of playing so far with the way things are set up. Number 5. Gameplay. You have 30 days to try and find success as a streamer for Ame, each day consisting of 3 phases, which are day, dusk, and night. During phases 1 to 2, day to dusk, you can choose different actions for Ame to do, such as going out somewhere or browsing the internet. Some actions will also unlock new streaming opportunities. Each night, third phase, you will have the option to stream. Streaming each night will give you a bonus the longer you go, like each concurrent night, but the streak will reset if you decide not to stream any night. Most actions will take up to 1 phase, but some can end up taking up all 3, so you do have to be semi-mindful about what you decide to do each day. And number 6, just some personal thoughts. Overall, I find Needy Streamer Overload to be a very enjoyable game, with a fair amount of replayability if you want to get more than just the one ending. The content can be quite distressing at points, but it's really well written and handles some of these heavier topics pretty well, in my opinion. I'm going to be playing this quite a bit more, and yeah, hopefully getting all the endings, and hopefully there'll be some positive outcomes for Ame or Kangel.